Hi everyone, and welcome to a later than usual Humble Roundup. I'm later than usual this month due to a holiday, but I did get more time than usual to play the games too. In particular, I managed to play a bunch of these on Steam Deck, and I found that I actually enjoyed them a lot more than on desktop. We'll go over those when we get to them, but for now, let's get started. First up is Hell Let Loose. When I first started this multiplayer game up, I found no servers available whatsoever, and after some searching I found that I'd launched the public testing version of the game and not the regular version. Oops. Once I launched the correct version, I found myself in a waiting simulator. The actual menus are a bit confusing as it doesn't easily make it apparent how you actually get to start a game. Once I found myself in the game, in a spawn point miles away, I started running, and dead. I'm not big on multiplayer games anyway, and I don't think I could see myself stumping up £35 for this one if I was, so it's a bit of a weird one for me. It could end up being a great game, but from first glance, it's just not really for me. Next up is Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. Because of the intro, I worried that it might be a card game, but thankfully not. This is a 2012 action RPG which was released just prior to the developers filing for bankruptcy, which is why it has a bit of an Xbox 360 feel to it. I think this might be a game to play on Steam Deck, though so far I'm not super motivated to play it. It feels like an Xbox 360 era game, which we've all seen a million times, but not quite as polished. I got sort of Fable vibes from it and MDK and those kind of things, but ultimately I just wasn't drawn in. I feel like I need to play the original Shadow Tactics again to actually enjoy this game. As soon as I got into the gameplay, it wasn't initially apparent what I should be doing. As it's real time, I couldn't really stop my other characters getting attacked while my first character started its moves. I'm sure I'm just missing something out, but this could be a very good game to the fans of the genre, but for me it was just frustrating and annoying, at least at first. I'm not sure that I'm interested enough to put more time into it either, it's just not really my thing. RoboQuest feels like a slightly more cartoony Borderlands, almost Borderlands meets MDK. There's a good selection of weapons and it could be fun for fans of Borderlands, but I didn't really feel drawn into it, and this one's also not for me unfortunately. Which is a shame, because on the face of it, it does look quite fun, there's just something missing and I can't really put my finger on what it is. If you like this video, or if you want to see more of my content or giveaways, you can subscribe here on YouTube, or follow me over on Twitter. My handle there is @SlothrockUK. Occasionally I play some of these games on Twitch too, so if you're interested in seeing any of that, you can follow WarlockUK on Twitch. Thanks a lot, and now back to the video. Eldest Scrolls is a kind of hack and slash pixel art adventure and is similar in some ways to Morbid, which you'll see later. It has a skill tree which unlocks new moves and abilities, some cool boss fights, and plenty of things to keep you interested. This is another game I found very enjoyable on Steam Deck, so I may put a lot more time into it this month. You can see it being dramatically tougher as the game progresses and as you get more power-ups, so that could be interesting.
And what was
Unmetal is also a pixel art adventure game, but it's got a very funny
Who's there? Another cat! Oh.
sense of humour. You play a soldier recanting stories of his adventures under questioning, and at points in the level you get to choose exactly what's revealed in some places. It's quite funny, the gameplay is fun and the controls are decent on Steam Deck, which is where I've mostly been playing this. It's one of my favourites from this month so far, and I definitely recommend it. Now Raju is a bit like a modern take on Prince of Persia if it was based on Indian mythology and culture. It's a lot of fun to play, and I'm wondering if this will be another game that's great on Steam Deck. The parkour moves are fluid, and from the little I've played, it's actually very fun. And lastly we have Morbid, the 7 Acolytes. This game is similar to Eldest Scrolls, or vice versa as this game came out first. It's a pixel art hack and slash adventure, but this game is very tough. I've been killed a load of times already on Steam Deck, and I'm still enjoying it. Hopefully I'll get to level up a little bit, and then everything won't be killing me every 2 seconds. That, or I can just get good. So that's it, this month's favourite games are Eldest Scrolls, Unmetal, Raju and Morbid. They're all a little bit similar in places, but They also play really well on Steam Deck, so I'm going to get time to play them when I'm away from my computer. The rest of them aren't necessarily bad, they're just not really for me. I'm not sure how I feel about Hell Let Loose. It feels like it's not welcoming enough to be enjoyable, but if you're willing to put the time in, it could be very fun in a kind of tough competitive way. But for me, I am just far too lazy to put that amount of time in to even get past the post to start playing something. As I didn't have any of these games elsewhere, I've got no giveaway from this pack this month, but what I will do is give away a copy of Wizard of Legend, which itself is a pixel art action RPG. To win, leave a comment below in this video, and for a second chance, head over to @SlothrockUK on Twitter and look for the pinned post linking to this video. Retweet that and I'll pick the winners in about a week from the comments and retweets. Thanks for watching, and as ever, have fun and stay safe.